In today's video, we're going to have a closer look at how you can use background jobs to set up reoccurring tasks in your .NET application, as well as being able to monitor and manage those jobs straight from a built-in admin UI. Jumping right in, to get started, we're going to need a new solution with the BackgroundJobs feature plugin already set up. Today we'll be using the Blazor View template, which comes with BackgroundJobs pre-configured. You can create a solution using this template via the serverstack.net/start page, or alternatively, you can use the serverstack.net X tool with the command x new space blazor-view space myapp. In our Appos project, we have a file called configure-backgroundjobs.cs. This file configures the BackgroundJobs feature plugin and related dependencies and comes with an example send email command. This command sends off an email every time a new user registers an account. Ad hoc commands like this are enqueued using the iBackgroundJob instance, calling the command enqueue command. However, we want to be able to set up a job that runs automatically at a pre-configured interval like hourly, daily, weekly, etc. And we can do this also using the iBackgroundJobs instance from our IOC by calling the method jobs.reoccurring command. This passes in a schedule and it automatically integrates with the BackgroundJob admin UI. Let's look at a more concrete example to see how this works in detail. Here we have a check URLs command that takes a list of URLs to send a request to determine if that site or service is still online and operational. Currently, this is set up to run on an ad hoc basis via a standard ServerStack service API that enqueues the job in the background using jobs.enqueue command. But in our case, we want to run this command on a predefined schedule. In the configure backgroundjobs.cs file in our Appos project, we can uncomment this line here and specify the check URLs command and change the schedule to every minute. And if your command doesn't need any input and it specifies the noargs class as the input type, we wouldn't need to specify any more information when setting up our reoccurring scheduled task. However, in this case, we can see an error since our command is declared to take a check URLs input type, which specifies the list of URLs we want to check. So passing in a fixed list and running our application, we can then navigate to the built-in admin UI at /admin-UI. Log in as the example admin user and click on background jobs. Here we will see our check URLs command being fired every minute. And if we watch the queue tab in the background jobs UI, we will see the jobs appear live as they're getting run. Navigating to history, and we will see the instances of these commands running as background jobs and have the ability to open up the history and see the input, output, and logs. If we go back to our IDE and open the check URLs command itself, we will see the use of the request.createJobLogger. This enables us to have live logging coming through the admin UI, giving us an easy way to trace specific instances of background jobs rather than sifting through the large log output of our whole application. This can be especially useful for scheduled tasks since there might be specifics about the context of when tasks are failing and when it succeeds that are now easy to isolate and monitor in the built-in admin UI. Also in the built-in admin UI, we have a dedicated Scheduled Tasks tab at the top right-hand side. This gives us an easy-to-use grid that shows us all the details of our registered scheduled tasks. And selecting a row from this grid, we can easily view the last run instance of that task and the related details. To improve on our example check URLs command, let's introduce a new command specifically for running a scheduled task that reads our URLs from a database and passes it along to the existing check URLs command. In this case, we are reusing the existing command by wrapping it in a new one to fetch URLs every time it runs from a database, which makes it easy to change and update. To get this functionality, we can use ORM Lite with a monitored site table table class, which has an ID, a name, and a URL to configure our specific site, along with a create, query, update, and delete request DTO that leverages AutoQuery to create our managed data services. And now if we create a new command, and let's call it check monitored sites command, to query the monitored site table and pass it to our check URLs command, we've created an easy way to manage the sites we want to monitor using our background jobs. We can create the monitored site table on the application startup using db.createTable if not exists, passing in monitored site as the type, or by creating a new migration in the app host migrations folder and using the built-in migration process, for which I'll leave a link in description for more information. Adding our new command to a reoccurring job in BackgroundJobs, rerunning our application and navigating to /low code, we can see monitored site on the left-hand side. We can click on it and we get an automatic grid for managing that data. We have querying and filtering. We can create new rows easily, as well as update and delete as needed. Lastly, if the predefined intervals of hourly, daily, etc. are not specific enough for your needs, there's also a built-in method on schedule to use cron expressions for more complex tasks. This gives you the flexibility to run tasks at various intervals, potentially making it easier to migrate any scheduled tasks you have outside your application and build them right into your running system. Reoccurring background jobs gives you a way to maximize the reuse of your custom commands by adding a schedule, and further benefits from the built-in admin UIs that comes with ServiceStack. With the ability to trace logs on a per job level and view those logs straight from that admin UI, it can enable teams to have all their background tasks, scheduled or not, in one place that's easily accessible, queryable, and hosted directly in your application. Well, that's it for this video. If you have any questions or feedback on background jobs, please let us know in the comments below, or you can join us on our community Discord or GitHub discussions. ServiceStack is free for individuals and open source projects, so anyone is welcome. And as always, thanks for watching.